Now to the big story, bracing for the long haul.
General Motors and the UAW are back at the bargaining table, but there is still no end in sight to the strike.
That strike entering its 41st hour. The two sides are reportedly still very far apart on several issues. And tonight we've learned that GM is pulling the plug on health care coverage effective today. Also new information about what GM is now offering workers.
7 Action News reporter Jennifer Ann Wilson is live at the Detroit Hamtramck plant. Jen, what have you learned?
Well, I've spoken to people from the UAW and people from GM. Both are saying they're still talking, and that's about all they're saying is that no one has walked away from the negotiation table yet. So that could be good news, but some insiders are describing it more as a stare down. They're just so far away from agreeing on some pretty major issues. And then today, the announcement that GM will not be covering the cost of health insurance, definitely a surprise to people here on the picket line. The UAW says they'll step in to cover the cost, and people I've spoken with here striking say they're still feeling strong. It's community support.
Oh yeah, we get a lot of honks all day long.
That helps put a spring in their step. Striking can be stressful.
Yeah, emotionally, financially, economically, it's all there, and some people aren't as prepared as others, and we're there to lend a hand to our union brothers.
The Local 22 union has a lot of resources to help its members through.
If they need to make a utility bill or whatever, and we've got grief counseling or anything like that, child care, anything in that nature.
Which is really important because though the UAW General Motors contract negotiation happens inside a boardroom, it's impacted by what happens outside. Who can last the longest, a company without workers or workers without working? A strike was declared Sunday morning, hours after General Motors presented a $7 billion package that included 5,400 jobs. Today, we're also learning it included a 2% wage increase for the first and third year, a 2% lump sum increase the second and fourth years. The UAW said it was too little too late and still didn't address their major concerns. Today, a big blow from General Motors for the 49,000 workers on strike. Instead of carrying health insurance through the end of September, the company is cutting them off today. The UAW says they will step in and pay with the strike fund.
They're going to pick up not our vision and dental, but they'll pick up our major health care and our prescriptions.
But it means the strike fund, which pays workers on the picket line a $250 weekly stipend, will deplete quickly.
Hearing that news at all is not going to put a damper on us. We're out here until we get a settlement, a fair and a just contract. So whatever it takes, whether we lose our health care, whether we don't get $250 a month anymore, whether we run out of money, we're here until it's over.
Here on the picket line, a number of workers. We've also got a congressman who just showed up from Youngstown, Ohio to show his support. He's out there talking to workers right now. The UAW also sent out a letter to its 49,000 members instructing them how they can transition over to the COBRA insurance. Some have already filled out the forms. They just have to go to their local offices to sign off to make it official. So if you are in the union, make sure to check with your local offices. Of course, we will continue to cover the strike and the negotiations. Just keep tuned to WXYZ.com and right here on 7. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Jennifer Ann Wilson, 7 Action News.
All right, thanks, Jennifer Ann. Coming up at 6, a closer look at GM's decision to pull the plug on health care coverage for strikers and what that means for the union workers' families.
And for a closer look at when negotiations could continue or GM's current inventory and how the strike will impact it, go to our website, WXYZ.com.